It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Brew York Brewing Company in York, England, and it's a can of a chocolate story. It's a chocolate milk stout coming in at 4.8% ABV in a 440 milliliter can. Loads of pictures of wafers and chocolate and squares of chocolate and long bits of chocolate. Wow, it looks fabulous. Oh, it's been brewed for York Chocolate Festival. And I want to say a thank you to two separate people for this beer. It's Father's Day in the United Kingdom. So last week I had my monthly box from beersofeurope.co.uk. Let's get back to that. Let's concentrate on the beer for a moment. Whoa, look at that. A one finger tan coloured head, jet black beer in the glass. Looks beautiful. There's no light bleeding through that beer whatsoever. Look at the quality on that. Rock the beer back. I can give it a bit of a more of a rigorous rock later on when I've drunk some of the beer. I can word it up for you. But yeah, so last week the beer came from beersofeurope.co.uk. You can check out the link in the description box for this video. It'll take you straight to the link to buy this can of beer. And today, it was Father's Day in the United Kingdom. I opened up a box from the kids who bought me a box of beer. I had a taupe to go in my subcompact, and I had four beers in the box, and another Brew York, a chocolate story. So yeah, thank you to Beers of Europe, and thank you to my kids for the second beer, the second a chocolate story from Brew York. So we had two of these, so hopefully it's great, and I get to drink the other can maybe in the garden later on tonight. Let's get the aroma. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Straight away. Loads of chocolatey adjuncts in the beer. So loads of chocolate addition. I can more or less safely say without a shadow of a doubt that just by getting my nose into this beer, that is not just brewed with roasted malt. It's actually brewed with chocolate addition. Cacao, maybe cacao nib, or maybe some I don't know, some kind of wonderful kind of ice cream chocolate mix or something like that. A chocolate concentrate I'm looking for. That was the word I'm looking for. But really hazelnutty and biscuity and bready and lovely. Let's dive in. Cheers. Sorry if you can hear my cat in the background. Strange little thing. I've left the back doors open. It's boiling here in the UK, and I don't know, it just sometimes makes a lot of noise for no reason. We can never work out what he wants, whether he wants feeding or there's always food there for him. Anyway, concentrate on the beer. Sorry for the cat noises. I promise you, I'm not any kind of cat lady type person. Absolutely not. Nice mouthfeel, quite rich and thick for a 4.8% ABV stout. A synthetic chocolate flavour coming through, but it's slightly vinous as well. You've definitely got some of that roasted malt in there, of course, to colour the beer and to flavour the beer. You get a little bit of tobacco smoke, chocolate coffee caramel, and then that kind of slightly synthetic kind of chocolate flavour, and that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it's called the chocolate story. It's bound to have lots of chocolate addition in the beer. I mean, if you pick this up by mistake, hard luck. It's got chocolate written all over it. I like the slightly vinous quality about it. I could stand here and talk about the hazelnutty, biscuity kind of chocolate flavours all night long. But they're obvious. They're the obvious flavours in the beer. They're the beers that's the flavours that you should be expecting to go with that kind of creamy, rich mouthfeel. Slight carbonation pushing the beer around the inside of the mouth, releasing more of that flavour. What I'm interested in is digging underneath that chocolate story, chocolate additions, adjuncts they call it in the brewing industry, that are in the beer. And I like to look for the backbone of the beer, if you like, that slightly nutty flavour, that biscuity kind of bready flavour from the malts, the roastedness from the malts, that slightly vinous flavour from where they've added some hops to the beer, and it's clashed with the roasted malts to give a slightly kind of plummy, pruny kind of red wine flavour. It's a lovely beer. It really is a lovely beer. I like it. I like it a lot. To bring you this super chocolatey and creamy milk stout, we have teamed up with the guys from the excellent York Chocolate Story, which brings to life York's iconic part in the history of chocolate in the UK. And our friends from Walmgate Alehouse, with whom we have worked closely since forming the brewery 4 years ago. I mean, just to talk about Brew York in general, when they first came out onto the scene, we used to see 330ml cans of the Brew York beer. Drank lots of it, really enjoyed it. The Hoptimist was a great beer by Brew York. They also did a Tonka, Brew York's Imperial Tonka, which was another great beer. But they seem to have had a resurgence of late. The last 6 months or so for me, as I've been drinking a lot of Brew York beers, especially from supermarkets, Morrison's and places like that. So they've become more accessible. Because of course, what happens is there's so many breweries now in the UK that a bottle shop in South Wales, where I might have been able to buy their whole range, is not going to stock it forever. They're going to want to rotate their shelves with other beers. So for a time there was a lot of Brew York beers, and I was really enjoying them. And then I kind of like missed them a little bit because it went about a year, maybe 2 years in between trying their beers. It's nice now to be able to go and try a what was the first beer? It was a Juice Forsyth. It was like a mango style IPA that I really enjoyed. It, and that was available in Morrison's for £3 a can. But this is a beer that has been bought from an online bottle shop, so they're still very much available online at beersofeurope.co.uk. And yeah, it's a really tasty beer. Let's rate it. I promised to rock it round, didn't I, and show you. There we go. Well, it's kind of died off a little bit now, that head, but there we go. You can see the carbonation there chasing the head of the glass. That's what I was looking to show you. So a nice mouthfeel, beautiful flavours underneath all of the chocolate flavours that are in the beer, the obvious chocolate flavours. We all know what chocolate tastes like, so I'm not going to go too much into what a chocolate stout should taste like, because you've all had chocolate. I like it enough to give it a 7 out of 10. It's a 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!